Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker. Like others, I welcome this motion and the opportunity to highlight the challenges faced by deaf children and their families. While preparing for this debate, I read the Deaf-Friendly School Guidance produced by the Department of Education. In that guidance, it is noted that deafness is not a learning disability, and given the right support, deaf children can make the same progress as hearing children of similar cognitive ability. I believe that Northern Ireland is failing to give those children the right support, and I want to highlight 3 reasons why I say that. The first is the fact that it is often the school which identifies that a pupil may have a hearing problem. If a child is slow to respond when called at home or doesn't carry out the instruction, that can often be associated to disobedience, or if the parent is more charitable, is associated with selective hearing. It is often only when that child gets into a school environment that the teacher, who obviously has more experience dealing with children with a wide range of abilities and challenges, will say to the parent that they should consider getting the child's hearing checked. So while there have been contributions today which have focused on the role of specialist teachers for deaf children, we should not forget the vital role which teachers with no such training play in identifying such issues. That said, even when a teacher has highlighted a possible problem, the issue is often an inordinate delay in the pupil getting an appointment within the health service. And particularly when it comes to those crucial early years in school, such a delay can have profoundly negative consequences for the child. Those challenges were exacerbated during COVID. I know of one parent who has described to me the extremely frustrating experience of attempting to attend speech therapy appointments over Zoom. At the best of times, it can be challenging to hear someone on the other end of the line. Imagine how much more difficult that was when speech therapists were trying to pick up the subtle nuances in speech which indicated a problem. And I would remind the House that obviously speech and hearing issues often go hand in hand. In the case I was advised over the weekend, the child has since been issued with a hearing aid, but the child isn't in P1 or even in P2, but P5. And that hearing issue is a continuing factor to the literacy issues that child is now struggling. Secondly, I want to highlight how Northern Ireland is feeling behind the rest of the UK. In advance of this debate, all members will have received a copy of the Coalition of Deafness Northern Ireland Manifesto. In it, they spell out as a basic demand that all deaf-blind children should have the same educational support as those in England and Wales. Example, children should be supported from diagnosis by a teacher with an appropriate qualification in multisensory impairment. Perhaps the Minister in his response could spell out what he is doing to get us to that point. And finally, while he is responding to that point, can he also take the opportunity to explain why the support offered by this executive when it comes to childcare is 32 million less than the money provided by Westminster? This executive got 57.2 million in Barnett consequentials because of a scheme introduced in Great Britain, and yet this 4-party executive, of which he is part, only allocated 25 million to childcare. Where, Minister, did that money go? Did it stay within your department, or did it go elsewhere to the other challenges in other executive ministers' budgets?